Hi, I'm Melissa Skaya, and I'm here to talk with you about resistive violence and abuse, which is one of 3 types of domestic violence. Resistive violence and abuse is the use of force that can be legal or illegal depending on where you live. The reason why it can be legal is because it can include self-defense. So you need to understand what the self-defense laws are in your country or in your state. But overall, we think about resistive violence and abuse to be the use of force to resist an abuser's or perpetrator's coercive, controlling tactics and violence. So when a survivor is fighting back or trying to protect themselves, we don't want to call it the same type of domestic violence as the abuser who's trying to coercively control and harm and dominate their partner. We want to call it what it is, which is resistive violence. When a survivor experiences coercive, controlling violence and abuse, otherwise known as battering, they just really have a few choices. 1, they can submit, meaning try to avoid the abuser, do everything that they say, or they can try to leave. And we know that for many survivors, that makes it much more dangerous for them when they attempt to or actually leave. Or they can resist, and they can do that through use of force. Or their resistance can look like, many other things. They can try and get family members and friends to help them. But what's really important is that we don't think of a survivor's use of violence as the same as those who are trying to dominate and control them. That it is different. It's resistive violence. Does your coordinated or integrated response account for all 3 different types of domestic violence in its interventions? Coordinated and integrated responses have to address resistive violence and do it in a way that also accounts for the survivor's safety, who is also fighting back. If we treat a survivor the same way as the abuser, we've emboldened the perpetrator, and then what we have done is made it less safe for survivors, because those survivors will not experience justice. They will not reach out for help because the very system that needs to help them isn't actually helping them, because what we're not doing is accounting for the context of the use of their force against their abuser.